from the Neverland Theatre, your host, Gary Starr. Hello, a very good evening. Welcome to StageToStream.tv, live from the Neverland Theatre. It's Friday, hurrah! Yes, indeed. And what a cracking night we've got for you this evening. Loads of wonderful guests, loads of chat, some top banter, and much, much more. Before we start this evening, what we need you to do, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, is we need you to click follow, click like, and give us some love right now. Send some love hearts and likes. Let's do that. We have got 998 followers. We're 2 away from 1,000, but 956 likes. So 40 of you following us but aren't liking it. So do that, jump on, because we need you to, to be part of this. Let's get involved with the chat and let's find out what's on tonight. Live tonight on Stage to Stream, drag sensation Cara-Mel Latte and makeup artiste extraordinaire Miss Emily Rose. All live tonight, right here on a wonderful evening of guests this evening. So drag sensation Cara-Mel Latte and of course Emily Rose will be here a little bit later on doing a live makeup bit of artistry while we chat to her. So very exciting indeed. Hope you've had a good week. Welcome if you've only just joined us. If you saw last night's show, thanks for joining us. And of course, if you're here with us now, welcome one and all. If this is your first time, hello. If you've been here for all 10 shows, because this is our 10th show, can you believe it? Then hello as well. Welcome to one and all. If you want to get involved, well, there's only one way to get involved, and that's get social. And there's only one thing to do that's social, and that's talk to Right Hand Ruthie.
Right Hand Ruthie, Right Hand Ruthie.
Right Hand Ruthie. Yeah. Hello.
Hello.
How are you this evening?
I'm very good. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Have you had a nice day today?
Yeah, it's been all right. How's yours been?
It's been very good, actually. Yeah, I've had a wonderful day. I've been building electric things for lighting and signage, and I've been doing, getting this ready for tonight. What about you?
Had a bit of a tidy up in the theatre.
Oh,
Yeah, a bit of a mess in there, wasn't it? So we've put all bits away. That's kind of it, really. Well, I've been booking in lots of people for next week. That's exciting.
I know. I've seen some of the people that are coming up next week, and it is very exciting. Why don't you tell us some of the people that are coming up next week?
Well, I'll tell you later on.
Oh, is it a surprise?
Yeah.
Are you going to build it up?
I'm going to build it up.
Tension?
Mm-hmm. You don't want to give it away right at the beginning.
No, definitely not. Well, then stick around if you want to know who's joining us this evening, next week, because we've got some very good guests indeed. What else have you been doing? Anything exciting?
But it's Chinese New Year today, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's exciting. Yeah. Yes. Okay. So to anybody celebrating that, thanks.
Oh.
Tell us about it.
Oh, well, that was it. I just thought I'd have a little look into it because it's obviously Year of the Ox, isn't it?
Is it?
It is, yeah. Then I thought, I wonder what year it was, because it's a thing, isn't it? You find out what year of whatever it was when you were born.
Here we go.
So
Go on.
this is where it gets weird.
Go on.
Right, so I had a little look, and I was Year of the Tiger. I was like, that's quite cool, being a tiger and all that.
Okay, well, before you do that, what does Year of the Tiger mean for you?
Oh, I don't remember. I turned it off. Shall I have a look? Well, I only saved your one because mine wasn't very interesting.
All right, well, let's go on to me then, because
Right, let's
we can
move on
talk
to
about
you.
me. So, what am I?
So you were born in Year of the Rat.
Nice.
Yes. Ratty. Now
Year of the
listen.
Rat. Okay,
Year
go
of the Rat. Now listen, this is because apparently there's a personality that goes with it. Yeah.
What, as a rat?
Yeah. Each animal, year
Okay.
of whatever, is an animal, isn't it? And then they have a personality. They're supposed
Okay.
to have personality traits. So you have the traits of a rat.
Great. And what are the traits of my ratty
Right, now
personality?
listen. People who are born in Year of the Rat are generally born with the zodiac rat characteristics. That was irrelevant. I didn't need to read that bit. I'll move on. They're believed to be very industrious.
Well, I am.
Well, are you?
Yeah, what do you mean, am I? Look at all the things I build.
Make a lot of mess.
Well, either way. Go on, carry on.
Thrifty.
I am very thrifty.
Well,
I am.
diligent.
Gone. Done.
Diligent.
I'm very diligent.
And positive. Now, I'll give you that. You are positive.
I am positive, annoyingly
You're
so.
annoyingly positive.
Yeah, I know. I don't care.
Now, listen, they love to enshrine and collect. Now, we covered that last week with your obsession with Weebles, chairs, and dogs.
I don't collect Weebles, but I do collect chairs and dogs. And what else did we say we collected today? Rubbish, probably. Go on, carry on.
Cardboard boxes. Yeah. So many cardboard boxes.
It's Amazon.
In here.
Go on, carry on.
And they have a keen intuition and can foretell the danger.
Ooh.
Right, now that's weird because what's your middle name?
My middle name is Danger. Legally.
Weird, right?
Yeah, I know, because I thought it would be funny to change my name to Gary Danger Star.
Yeah.
So I could always say that Danger is my middle name.
Which works brilliantly. Apart from there was only one person that's ever asked you if that's your real middle name.
Yeah, and I got the gag out.
In customs.
Yeah.
Didn't go down too well.
No.
No.
He probed my bottom.
Gary,
What?
it's too early.
It was his job. He wasn't doing it for fun. It wasn't like he said, "Oh, I
It
like
was
your
his
name."
job.
Pop in
What,
here.
you trained for that specific job.
Yeah, they're checking for things that you might be carrying illegally.
I feel we should move on.
That's what he said.
Oh dear.
Right. Well, is that it?
Yeah.
Right, well, good. Let's go to social media. If people want to get involved this evening, how do they get involved, Rufus?
Oh, well, you can drop into the comments. As always, I say it every single night, we're streaming this live all over the place on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch even. I don't even know what that is, but apparently
It's something that's down with the kids.
it's down with
You
the
wouldn't
kids.
know. Yeah. You got to be trendy and of a certain age to know what Twitch is, and of course I do because I set it up. So to all our Twitch users, hello,
Hello.
or should I say, boo?
What?
I don't know. It's down with the kids.
Okay.
That'll be trending next week. Boo.
Do you need medical attention? Are you all
Probably.
right?
Well, just get on with it.
Well, okay, yeah, sorry. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, so we're streaming it everywhere. But what you need to do is hop onto the main page on Facebook. So head on over to stage. Stop it. Head on over to stage2stream.tv on Facebook. Hop into the comments, give me a wave, let me know where you are. Tell you what, why don't you have a little Google or Bing, because that's the different search engine, or
Bing?
yeah, because you can't just keep mentioning the same one.
Nobody uses Bing.
Well, no, but fun fact, do you know what Bing stands for?
Go on.
Because it's not Google,
Wow. Yeah. Now that is mind blowing.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on. So why not Google yourselves, find out what year of whatever you were born in for the Chinese New Year, if that makes sense. Hop it in the comments. Why not? Let me know. Because that's fun.
I'm worth it.
Yeah.
Your hair's looking very nice this evening.
Do you think so?
Yeah, it's not even a joke.
Oh,
Well, it's been nice.
what do you want?
Nothing. Just saying it,
Oh, you said it looked like Medusa earlier.
Yeah, obviously off camera, I'm not going to tell you look nice, but on camera, because I'll get accused of bullying if not, then, your hair looks very nice this evening.
Thanks.
Ruth.
I've tried to squash it a bit because it was a bit big yesterday.
It was massive.
Massive.
It's to your
So I've tried
credit.
to squash it to sort of, make the head smaller. I thought bigger the hair, the smaller the face, big old moon face, but it didn't really work and sort of just highlighted the fact that I've got a big moon face.
But it's a good moon face, and it's to your credit.
Thanks.
There you go.
Full of compliments.
Bit nice tonight.
You're trying to be positive, isn't it? You're trying to get through that positive
vibe.
being over the
Well,
top.
you know what I'm excited about?
What?
Well, it's Mischief Theatre tonight.
Oh, it is, isn't it?
It is, yes.
Oh, let's tell everyone about that.
Well, you do that because I'm going to put the logo above your head.
Also, I've not got through how
There
they
it
get
is.
in touch yet. We've gone off on a tangent again. Let's do Mischief Theatre first.
Do that because the advert's above your head.
Oh, which side?
The other one.
This one?
No, that's
one?
Yeah, that's it.
Right. It's up here. Mischief Theatre. So, I'm assuming you're all theatre lovers out there. You might not be. You might just like to come and listen to us. But Mischief Theatre is a fabulous show, group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So effectively, they produce shows, and they've got 3 going at the minute. Well, they did have before pandemic in the West End.
Play It Goes Wrong.
Play Goes Wrong, Magic Goes Wrong, and Train Robbery. Bank robbery goes wrong.
robbery, yeah.
That's it. But what they're doing at the minute is they're going live. They're streaming live TV. You can buy tickets for it, and it's improv. And you can get interactive as well. You can send them suggestions and things on Twitter and Instagram and all these other fabulous things. And then they take their suggestions and they work it into the show. And it's great because you can all watch along. It's £10 a ticket. It's on tonight. It's on all weekend, actually, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, we're not getting paid to advertise this,
No.
so that's how good it is.
Oh, it's great, honestly.
Just off our own back.
Yeah, so it's 8 o'clock every night, isn't it? But hop on the website, have a little look.
Yeah.
It's a brilliant night.
Yeah.
It's very good.
Yeah, it's fun. And we've got that to look forward to a little bit later.
Yeah.
So, go on, what else you want to tell them?
Oh, well, I haven't got through. So what was I saying before we went off on the tangent was go into the comments. Let me know where you are. Give me a wave. Also, you can contact me via text or WhatsApp as well. Gary, what's the number?
The number is 07510891005. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, it's nice, wasn't it?
So any questions you've got for any of our guests that are coming up later on, let me know. Just want to say hi. Let me know. I'll tell you what I did have.
Go on.
I had a message today, and it was a little picture message, and it was of what the dinosaurs with the long necks.
Diplodocus.
Diplodocus.
Yeah, I know my dinosaurs.
Yeah, Diplodocuses. Yeah. Or is it Diplodoci if there's two? I don't know. There was two. Anyway.
Or Diplodocus.
No, that's not a thing. Let's not be silly.
Okay.
Now, anyway, this picture came from Beverly. Thanks, Beverly, because it made me chuckle. And I was thinking about this last week, actually. The same thing, but with giraffes. So if a giraffe or a Diplodocus was to wear like a shirt collar and a tie, where would they place that on their body? Would they have it at the top near their head or at the bottom where the neck meets the body? You know what I mean? Because you've got a really tall neck.
That's another interesting story.
Also,
go on, there's more.
Well, it's the same conundrum, isn't it? About if animals were to wear trousers.
Why would they?
Oh, in case they wanted to go for a job interview or something. I had a dream the other night that I'd invented trousers for elephants, but the problem with it is that we weren't sure where the trousers were going to go, whether they would just cover the back legs, or whether it would cover like the whole undercarriage and cover all four legs.
The undercarriage?
You know, the underneath bit.
The undercarriage?
The tummy. Yeah.
The undercarriage?
Yeah, but listen.
Go on.
I'd called them Ellie pants. How brilliant's that?
Oh, like pants for elephants?
Pants for elephants.
Oh, okay.
And I woke up and I thought, that could be an adventure. And then thought, elephants don't really need trousers.
Right.
But anyway, it just thought of me of that. So that made me smile. Thanks, Bev. That's a nice little message there.
Nice message.
Yeah.
That's very good, Ruth. Yes.
I personally think that the collar and tie would go near the base, so where it meets the body. Otherwise, if it's at the top, it'd just be swinging around, wouldn't it? And
swinging around?
It would. It'd be, the tie would dangle, wouldn't it? It might tickle you. So, and if you haven't got long arms, then you're not going to get it.
So you're going to put it near the base?
Near the base, where the neck meets the body.
Okay. Well, whatever.
Anyway, but if you disagree, let me know in the comments. Why not?
Let's have a chat about that, shall we? Yes. Okay. So, well, it's almost time for our first guest this evening.
Exciting.
Yeah. Just jump in the chat and why don't you tell us
Let's have a
what's
little
going
look,
on?
shall we? So we've got Tommy J, who wants to know if Ruth actually is right-handed. Yes, Tommy J, I am right-handed, but I am left-legged. And that's a thing.
Yeah. What does that mean?
Well, you have a dominant leg, don't you, left or right? Generally, particularly like dancers, left leg splitter, right leg splitter, left leg kicker, right leg kicker. I'm a left.
Oh, right. You mean for dancing?
Yeah, I'm a left
right.
legger.
Okay. Right.
So,
okay.
Right-handed, but left-legged. It's a thing.
Okay. Right. Well, an interesting story there from Ruth. Yeah. Go on. Any more?
No, you're right, David. David Burton's hopped on and said nothing much rhymes with Friday, because I tried making a little rhyme earlier. It didn't really work.
No. Well, it does. Pie day. And I've had pies today.
I know, you can smell them.
I know, it smells of cow in it, doesn't it?
Stinks, Gary.
Well, I bought a bulk pack of pucker pies and realised they go out of date tomorrow and therefore had to cook all 6 today. And I've had 3 and I feel a bit sick, to be honest with you. But
right.
Yeah, too much pie.
Yeah, that's a lot of
I've had
pie.
too much pie.
Too much. That's...
Yeah. But anyway, there you go.
That explains why it smells of cow in here.
It does, yeah. Good.
Anyway, that's it really. But if you want to pop on, say hi.
Right.
That would be nice.
Yes. All right. Yeah. Well, it's been fun. We'll come back to you in a little while this evening. Thanks, Ruthie.
You're welcome.
Always been a pleasure. Yes. So right now it's time for this evening's first guest live here in stagestream.tv. Let's take a quick look and we'll be here very soon. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Cara-Mel Latte. Hello.
Hi.
Ah, are you well?
I'm well, thank you.
I've got music playing here. This is Ruth's fault because she was asking me something. But there we go. How are you this evening? Are you well?
I'm good. Yeah.
Lovely. You're looking fabulous.
Thank you very much. It's
Yes.
taken minutes, really. It's just a bit of
Hours. I bet you were
lip gloss.
on it hours ago, weren't you?
Maybe.
Maybe. So it's wonderful to see you this evening. But yes, let's chat about you first of all. Let's talk about how this all began for you.
So this is it's a long story because I've been doing it for a fairly long time on and off now. So I started back in trying to think of dates now. When I was at university, anyway, which was many moons ago for me. No, you can't tell really because flawless skin and all of that. But yeah, no, it started back for me when I was at uni, and I met a lot of people on the scene of like the gay clubs and all of this, and they were doing drag, and I was like, it's amazing, I love it, and I was like, I really wanted to have a go. So I had a go after doing a gig for a friend that I'd met up there, but I was a backing dancer for her. And she was like, next time I do a gig, why don't you come along and come in drag? And I thought, okay, maybe. So I tried it, and that time was not good. Not good at all. Didn't really know what I was doing with makeup. I had one shade of eyeshadow, one shade of lipstick, and my face was one shade of probably the wrong color of foundation. And then it just kind of started from there, with then doing a couple of little gigs, a couple of numbers in a gig, and then just started getting into it more and more. And then I kind of put it down for a bit, sidelined it for a little while, and thought, I'm not gonna do any more with this. It was just, it was fun whilst it lasted, and I'll dip into it, in and out of it when I kind of want to. But then I spent a year on the park because that's my normal job, working on holiday parks, and my manager was like, we're doing a Greatest Showman show. I was like, this could be an opportunity to get the old heels out again and slap some makeup on my face each week. So I did, and kind of then picked it back up from there, and I've been playing with makeup and wigs ever since.
Amazing. And of course, you mentioned that you started doing shows there. Is that where your panto started? Because you obviously do panto as well, don't you?
Yes, it really was. So that year that I did the showman show, I was like, they decided that they were going to do a panto within the company as well, and I thought, could this be another opportunity? Could I be a dame? And I auditioned, and I wasn't sure whether I was going to get it, and I managed to get back. I managed to get the part, and then bish bash bosh, 3 years on the trot, I've been dressing up in a dame's outfit and making a fool of myself on stage.
Amazing.
And it's been great, and I love it.
So obviously we've had the lockdown. What have you been doing in that sort of time?
Well, the first lockdown, I left all my makeup in the wrong place, and I didn't get to play with makeup as much, which was a bit of a shame. And then this like last lockdown, I made sure I brought it all back with me so that I could play with makeup each week. I can sit on here, as you've seen, Gary, I'm sure, and just chat rubbish at my camera and just have fun with it. So yeah. harnessing my makeup skills as well, which is great fun.
It's almost become a kind of, I mean, it has for us. It's kind of kept us amused doing these sort of live streams and stuff. But I don't know about for you. It's kind of almost a release, isn't it, to kind of just be able to chat out and talk to people.
Oh, definitely, yeah, and not necessarily have them chat back to you, because then you don't have then you don't necessarily have the nasty comments or stuff like that. You can't hear them properly. It's just nice to read comments of people that actually want to get involved. And
yeah, absolutely.
So yeah,
that's why I have Ruth here. See, she vets all my messages, stops all the haters. It's all good. Now, you did, obviously, for us at Christmas, which is how we first met, you did the Parking Lot Social. You were outdoors on stage playing Ugly Sister. How was that for you?
What a great experience. Cold, but what a great experience. To be able to entertain people in a time where we thought, is there even gonna be panto this Christmas? It really was just a great opportunity, and I thank you and everyone else for that opportunity to let it happen. And I suppose it was one of those experiences that I think everyone should kind of experience, whether they are sat in the cars, or whether they're up on stage with us, because it's not often that outdoor stuff happens these days. There's a few theatres that are outdoors, but a lot of the time you go into a theatre, you sit down, you watch the show, you wait for half time and queue for the toilets, and then that's it. And then you watch the second half. Whereas this was great. People were up and down, dancing in their cars, bipping along, which was great sometimes. Other times was highly annoying.
Yeah, it was a kind of a massive wave, wasn't it? When obviously people just use their horn for booing and stuff. But the first time I know that everybody went on and did it, you couldn't hear what you were doing. It was that loud when you've got 400-500 cars bipping their horns at you and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's adaptability, which is what we did, isn't it?
It was 100% adaptability, and we had to adapt each time as well, each show, because we didn't know how cold it was going to be. We didn't know how wet it was going to be, or how far the rain was going to come and hit us in the face on stage. So sometimes we only had like patches of stage that were about this big to do the whole show on. But it was fun. It was great fun, and so many people enjoyed it. So that's good.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So let's talk about the drag scene and that sort of. What do you think it is about drag that sort of appeals to people so much? I mean, it's become very, I dare say, almost commercial. Obviously, because of RuPaul and that side of it, it's kind of been brought into the forefront a lot more. What is it for you? Do you think?
It's difficult because people don't want to go, oh yeah, it's mainstream now, because it's so much more than just a mainstream thing. It's an art form in my opinion. I know some girls that work hours and hours at making sure that their looks look okay, their makeup's all right, they've got enough wigs and stuff like this. And I mean, little old me is just sat in his bedroom at the moment because I've kind of become more of a lockdown kind of not performer, but that type of thing. Yeah. So some girls spend hours and hours in preparation for half an hour maybe, or something like that. It's crazy. And yeah, it's becoming more commercialized, like you say, because of RuPaul. And now that we've got a UK version of a competition that's so well established as it is over in the States, it's crazy that people still find things to go, oh, hang on a second, that's not quite right. I mean, for the fact that it's also been on a normal TV channel as well, because BBC4 had a drag. It was called Drag SOS. Yeah. And it was a group of drag queens going into each different city each time and finding people that wanted to find their inner divas, basically, and doing it that way. But for me, I think although it's, like you say, becoming more mainstream, people have been doing it for years and years and years and years, and under people's noses and not realizing, I suppose.
Yeah, it's just been brought into the. I mean, it's still obviously not mainstream, but it's more. It's become more part of culture. I think it's becoming more acceptable as part of culture, which is amazing. So it's great. I love it. So okay, we're going to jump over to Rue first in social media corner. She sat there waiting patiently for me. Hello, Ruthie. Are you all right?
Hello. Yes, I'm good. Thanks. How are you?
Good.
Hi,
Yes.
Ruthie.
Hello. How are you?
Oh yeah, I forget you all know each other.
I can't see you, but I can hear you, Ruthie.
I'm definitely here.
She's
Good.
there. You can watch her on playback.
Yeah.
She's in her own little studio. We have to quarantine her, you see, a little bit because, just to keep things safe.
Yeah.
Put her at the far end. How are you doing, Ruthie?
Great.
Go on then, give us some. What have you got out there? I see social media's moving with some
It is,
familiar...
yeah. We've got lots coming on the inbox and on the text today as well. So we want to know, where am I looking? Right, the big question is, for some reason, this always comes up. We want to know about stage faux pas and possible mishaps.
Yeah, they like that.
They do, don't they? Like
They do.
any stories or anything that might have gone wrong when you've been performing at some point.
I've had a couple.
Oh.
One of them, talking of panto, kind of still as we've done, I've had a couple in that. I was doing Jack and the Beanstalk, and Jack and the Princess were doing their a love story, their love song, about to do their love song, and I'd completely jumped her whole scene in my head.
Amazing.
And ran on with the fairy, with the spirit behind me, and was like, Jack, there you are. He was like, not yet, and I went, oh, and I had to kind of creep back off stage, and it was far too obvious that we'd done the wrong thing. But yeah, that was one of my panto faux pas, I suppose. In drag, I've had a couple. I did a charity gig for Breast Cancer Research UK, under the Breast Cancer associations, and I was wearing an outfit that was. It was a leotard, and then I had a nice body chain over the top and a bracelet on one arm. And I was doing a number, and I got my bracelet caught on the body chain. And I was like, and I was still going with one arm and trying to yank off this other arm. And in the end, I just ripped my arm from the chain, and the chain just kind of went, and I was like, oh, I really like this chain. Oh, never mind. And I was a bit gutted by that at the end. And then proceeded to fall over later in the same concert, which was entertainment in itself, I suppose.
Falling over's always funny, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, I noticed we've got Heather in the chat, who's very good friends with us. Heather falls over more than anybody I've ever met, which is amazing.
Well, I don't know if you heard about this, Gary, but she did it onto stage accidentally.
Yes, the fairy godmother making her beautiful entrance fell up on the stage. I expect it. If she doesn't stack it at least once a show, or at least once a week, I'm disappointed. But we're at a stage now where if we're together at any point, and she stacks it, I just laugh, which makes me look awful in public. But what can you do?
It's a fair thing to do, if I'm honest. Every time she's told me that she's fallen over, I've gone, were you okay though?
I don't even ask anymore, I just laugh. But that's just me.
Yeah.
Hello, Heather, by the way. Hope you're well.
Heather.
Ruthie, let's go back to you.
Yeah, okay, right. So we've talked drag mishaps. We now want to go to the flip side. We want to talk about your best gigs as Cara-Mel, or a memorable moment, and also what makes them good. So what, in your opinion, makes a good gig?
A good gig is just a gig that's very well received. When you've got people that enjoy the entertainment. I think that makes it a good gig when you know that they're gonna leave the venue with a big smile on their face. You know you've done a good job. I think my favorite gig, and the one that kind of sticks in my heart the most, was the Showman show that we did on the holiday park, because every week it was so well received, and most of that week the people that have been guests on the park have just seen a boy version of me, and I obviously they don't normally get to see that, and then I appear and they're like, oh, it's the same person, but it's not. It's Cara-Mel.
I've got a good question for you. You'll like this one. Which do you feel most confident being? Is it as yourself or as your alter self?
Ooh, I think I'm more confident as my boy counterpart, as Adam. That's only due to because the shoes are flat.
Yeah.
The dresses don't ride up as Adam. So, and I think I've obviously performed a lot more as Adam. I mean, my confidence in Cara, don't get me wrong, is quite substantial, but yeah, definitely.
It's good. Ruthie, give us another one.
Okay, so this question actually comes from our friend Heather. Hi, Heather. Although she has asked another question, who fell most recently, though? #old knees.
I don't know.
That might be one for you, Cara-Mel, maybe.
No, I don't. No, I think she's probably
No,
saying
I think
me.
that's for Gary.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Well, obviously old in a hashtag.
Never mind. That's not the question anyway. The question is, what are you looking forward to this year? So what's on the horizon for Cara-Mel?
I want to get more gigs, hopefully. I'm hoping when live performances can kick off again in like pubs and clubs, and I can get back to Wales, then hopefully I've got a friend that has asked if I would like to come and perform in a club there with them. So maybe hopefully that will happen. And yeah, just kind of growing more as a drag artist.
Yeah, that's good. I like that. And of course, working with Heather and me, maybe.
If I must.
We've got time for one more, Ruthie. Let's get back to you. What have you got?
So this is kind of going back to what we just talked about. So, what's next for you? So if you was to jump forward 5 years as Cara-Mel Latte, where would you ideally like to see yourself? So what's like the dream gig, the dream place to be in 5 years' time?
I would love to have appeared on Drag Race.
Yes, it's got to happen.
And made Cara-Mel Latte a name within the community of theatre, LGBTQ and all of that. But yeah, would love to step foot on that infamous stage and have Mummy Roo say, "Congratulations, you won a challenge," and be like,
What challenge do you think you'd be best at?
It wouldn't be Snatch Game, I know that for sure, because I can't do very many impressions. I'd like to think it would be a rusical challenge.
Yeah.
Dancing, singing. I mean,
yeah, you do all that side and acting as well, so you'd be good for that.
That's very exciting.
Hopefully I'll make it that far into the season.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Yeah, reach for those stars. Go for it.
Yeah.
That's good. I like it. And we've actually got another question if I've got time.
Yeah.
So Mr. David Burton, who was on yesterday, he's popped in and he's asked a very interesting question. So obviously you do a lot of panto, dame characters. So how do you find the difference between playing Cara-Mel rather than, as to playing a pantomime dame? Because obviously pantomime dame is very kind of, all pantomime dames are slightly different, aren't they? They all do have their little quirks and they're slightly different as they go along. But how do you find the difference between playing panto dame as to Cara-Mel?
Well, like you say, each dame is a different type of character. I suppose each panto has got potentially a different type of character to maybe. So I've played the ugly stepsister twice, but both times have been very different because of whether there's been the stepmother character or not. So I suppose that's a big part of it. But I think character-wise for panto, they're just so over the top, so larger than life. Everything has got the reaction that it shouldn't have because it's heightened beyond recognition. Whereas being Miss Cara-Mel, it's different because it's an aptitude, I suppose, more than a character. I mean, I'm not the same. I'm not Adam, and I'm not Cara-Mel when I'm in a dame. I am that character. But yeah, as Cara-Mel, it's very much Adam with a different attitude, and yeah, I suppose it's how it's received as well, because some people might say that it's not a different person, but some people say, well, it would be a different person. And then it's all the makeup as well.
That's true, yeah.
Of course, yeah.
So which is your favourite pantomime dame? If you could choose which one to play as your favourite.
I've loved playing. And it probably was my favourite, was Dame Trot in Jack and the Beanstalk, because she's just hysterical 24/7 in the show, and she doesn't really know what's quite going on half the time as well. So yeah, I loved playing.
Dame Trot's a good one.
Dame Trot.
Gary, you've played a lot of dames. Which is your favourite?
I've played a few dames. I've done drag as well, believe it or not.
Oh,
I know,
your
right?
name? What was your name? Did she have a name?
Yes,
Gary?
let's talk about her, shall we?
She was my twin sister. She was called Fanny Starr.
Where is she now?
She's dead.
no.
Yeah, I know. Well, she was very entertaining, but she sadly fell off the back of a cruise ship and was eaten by sharks. Yeah. True story. So it's a bit sad. But
There's a picture around here somewhere, isn't there? We'll have to find
somewhere.
that. We'll have to find that and dig that out.
That can go in the comments at the end of the live stream, I reckon.
It's somewhere out there. I don't even know if it exists anymore.
Oh, I'll find it. Don't worry. If it's not tonight, you'll have to tune in on Monday. I'll definitely have it for you.
Yeah, she was feisty, was Fanny.
So you've done drag, but which is your favourite dame as well to play?
I like Fanny, to be honest. She was fabulous.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What show did she appear in?
She appeared in my own comedy show. Anyway, but yeah, I don't know. I've done many dames, but yeah.
I'd love to play Widow Twanky.
Yeah.
That's my next one to tick off my list.
Yeah,
had,
she's good in Aladdin. Yeah,
very eccentric, isn't it? We had Rollo on the other day. That was Rollo's favourite pantomime dame. Personally, I'm not sure myself. I quite like the Ugly Sisters. I do.
Yeah, I like being evil.
Yeah.
Evil's good.
I've played a few pantomime dames. It's not traditional for a girl to play a pantomime dame, but
Well, we like to break
More and more
barriers.
so, though, Ruthie.
Yeah.
More and more so.
yeah, I just find they're quite fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, love it.
We like to break barriers here. That's what it's about. Barrier breaking. Anyway, on that note, it has been an absolute pleasure to speak to you this evening. Thank you very much for joining us, and we shall definitely catch up and speak soon. But in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, Cara-Mel Latte, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Welcome back to StageToStream.tv, live here from the Neverland Theatre here in Skegness. Thanks once again to Cara-Mel Latte, and of course you out there, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. Thanks for joining us this evening. Don't forget to share this stream, and of course if you haven't already liked the page, then give it a like, and if you haven't already followed, give it a follow. You can also jump on the settings of following, and every time we go live you can make it so it pops up on your phone and says Stage to Stream is live, which is handy if you want to not miss a show. So I've just seen that Heather in the comments has said that there's actually a picture of us as uglies that come up somewhere every year. There is, yeah.
And she's going to send it through.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
And if you've got a picture of my fanny, then send that through as well. We'd love to see it. So, Ruth, how are you doing over there?
Yes, I'm good, thank you.
Good. What are you doing?
Oh, just keeping an eye on all the social media going on.
You're doing very well, aren't you, over
Thank
there?
you. Yes.
Yeah, it's almost time for our next guest this evening. I'm excited.
Exciting.
Yeah, I know. Shall we take a quick look? We'll take a quick look, and then we'll say hello to Emily Rose, who's joining us in just a moment, right after this. Yes, indeed. Here we are. Lovely Emily Rose. Hello, Emily. How are you?
I am all right, thank you.
Are you well? I'm gonna
Yeah.
resize this so I can fit you on screen here, so we can get you both in. You've because of obviously social distancing and what we're doing tonight, you are bringing your sister in to help. Hello.
Yeah.
Willing volunteers.
Demoted.
No, it's good. This is good. There we go. I'll fit you in the screen now, live while we're chatting and stuff. Lovely to see you this evening. Are you well?
Yeah. You
Good.
okay?
Yeah, it's all good. Right, okay. So we're going to get you to do some makeup while we're chatting, which is exciting. What are you doing for us this evening?
I'm going to do a Day of the Dead sort of makeup.
Nice. Go for it. Yeah. Well, you get started, and we're going to fire
Cool.
some questions at you. I've got Ruthie here as well, who's
Okay,
going to fire some questions as well. So while you're doing the Day of the Dead makeup, tell us how you got into what you do now.
So I got into it just from being very artistic at school. And like doing my A-levels, I found that I could actually like body paint, and then I kind of got into it through that. And then I decided to like go through like the education route and do my level 2 in media makeup, and then just kind of, got jobs and sort of loved doing what I was doing, and then carried on with it.
Yeah, because you've, obviously you've just finished university, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you did very well with that, and of course we started working with you about it's got to be 2-3 years ago now. It must be. Is it 3?
Wow.
2? I don't know. It's a long time ago. And I think initially we were drawn to the fact that you did such out there sort of makeup. I think the first thing we saw of you was the elephant that you did, and various bits like that. Because you did many competitions, didn't you?
Yeah, so I won quite a lot of competitions, mostly in body art, and that was through World Skills. And there was also a few others which were like War Paint, Professional Beauty North, Beauty UK Show, and they're basically just like big competitions, and then you kind of go through like all the heats and then the finals, and I kind of just ended up winning quite a few of them.
Yeah, you didn't just win quite a few. You've won some big ones, haven't you?
Yeah, World Skills is probably the biggest one that I've won, which kind of puts me as like the top body painter in the UK.
Amazing.
And then I went back and did that one again, and then through that you get to become what's called a skills champion. So you're like representing the whole creative sector for like media makeup.
That's incredible. What sort of makeup do you enjoy doing the most? Is it the more sort of creative stuff, or is it just I don't know. There's obviously various types. So what sort of what's your favourite sort of area to go into?
My favourite is the creative stuff, so like body painting, things that are a bit like avant-garde and a bit out there. I want to like try and get my sort of special effects sort of stuff, kind of develop that a bit because I do really enjoy that as well.
Yeah. Yeah, we've just had Yvette who's popped up, who was Alice, and she said it was 3 years ago, Alice in Wonderland, where you would have seen just on the intro, for those of you watching, you would have seen all of some of the bits that Emily did for us, which, the caterpillar was stunning.
Got my medal here for well skilled.
Very nice. Yeah.
So yeah.
So you've done loads, really, haven't you? Considering you've only just finished university. So what are you doing at the moment? Obviously with lockdown and everything that's been going on, how have you been keeping your skills up?
So at the minute, I'm training to be a teacher to teach beauty makeup. So at the minute, I'm kind of just developing my skills through teaching them to others and doing a lot of demos, and I've got a job coming up that's sort of working in simulation with like paramedics, creating like wound effects, but that's just on mannequins. So it's good I can still sort of do that sort of thing even on mannequins.
Yeah.
Because of obviously COVID.
And obviously you've become quite an expert at doing sort of online makeup tutorials as you've had to.
Yeah, kind of had to got used to it. Working online, quite a lot.
Because we did manage to get a few bits done last year. We managed to do the summer where you came and worked with us, and obviously at Halloween for Yorkshire.
Yeah.
But you do have to be in full PPE, face shields, gloves, everything. How did you find that working in that sort of environment?
It's pretty much the same. Like we have health and safety with like makeup artists is like stringent anyway, so it's just the same, but we're wearing a mask. It's obviously a bit sad that we can't do makeup at the minute because of the lockdown.
Yeah.
Things like that, and working in close contact. But other than that, it's pretty much the same, just because everything is focused a lot on health and safety anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, for those that have just joined us, you're obviously able to work on your sister who's with you this evening, who's been dragged in. You've ruined her social life by making her work this evening. So thanks for that.
Not that she couldn't do much anyway with COVID,
but it's incredible though to witness this as you're doing it. And obviously, when you did our Day of the Dead, I think you had 6 dancers, wasn't it, and various other characters. I think we had a clown, some random bits, but lots of things going on. And while you're working away here, I'm gonna go to Ruthie, and we're gonna find some questions for you that have been coming in. So Ruthie, where are you? Are you over there? There
Hello,
she is.
I'm over here.
Hello.
Hi, Emily.
You okay?
Yes, good, thank you. How is it going?
Yeah, good, thank you.
Excellent. So just before I get into the questions, I'm curious to know what steps are you going through at the minute? Because I saw you started with some colour on the eyes there. So what's the plan to get this Day of the Dead look? Is it sugar skull we're going for?
Yeah, so I'm doing the sugar skull. So I'm putting like loads of colour on the eyes, and then I'm just putting the base down, and then I'm going to go in with like the face paints and glitter and things like that.
Nice. Now I'm not. I'm not the best with makeup, particularly on my own face.
She sweats.
Myself and Emily have had many trials and tribulations over 3 years. And if my name's ever on Emily's list to do my face, you can just see it in her face.
You have to pop back a few times throughout the day, don't you, for touch up and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a few like it, that obviously with the heavy makeup and stuff do sweat, and also some of the costumes we put you in, it's natural that you're gonna sweat that much.
Just have a really sweaty head.
Well, we put you in fursuits as well.
We found the right sort of combination now that works.
Yeah, was it glue? Just glue my face pores closed. Yeah.
Sealer.
Nearly there.
Sealer, yeah, that's it. But anyway, I'm not the best with makeup. I'm very, well, Ash can't do it very well. I struggle, don't I, Emily?
Sure you can.
Well, no. So I can see that, as we were talking about, you're going with the eyes first. So you're going with the colour on the eyes. Now, I've noticed this is a bit of a trend over the years, because I always thought you're supposed to go with base on first. Do the base and then build up. But then over the years, apparently it's switched around. Are you supposed to do all your eyes first and then do the base afterwards?
Yeah.
Why is that?
So you don't get any fallout. So it doesn't go everywhere, and then it doesn't ruin your nice base that you've.
That makes perfect sense. Well, thanks for clearing that up. That was just my own personal question. Right, let's get on to the actual questions that people want to know. So we've got David Burton. He's popped back again. Hello, Mr. Burton. He wants to know. Now, I already know the answer to this, but I'm going to ask anyway. He wants to know, have you done any makeup for films yet? / is this something you would like to pursue?
Yeah. So I did a film called Innocent Candy, which is obviously in production. But yeah, I definitely want to do more films when obviously the industry kind of opens back up. Yeah.
What were the things you did in
That was fun.
Innocent Candy? Was it just makeup, or was it sort of effects and that sort of thing? Or
It was makeup and special effects and hair. Yeah.
talk us through the hair. What
Mostly
sort of is that wig emplacement or?
Yeah, so it was basically creating a full head of hair from scratch.
Oh right,
by
okay. Well,
laying on hair,
that's a lot different to just whacking a wig on then. So talk us through the process of creating hair from scratch.
So it's each individual strand of hair needed to be individually glued on. It took around 7 hours to complete.
Wow.
To get the whole head on, and obviously, not only just the head of hair, but also a moustache as well.
Wow, and that's individual as well for the moustache.
Yeah.
Wow.
Obviously, there are other ways of doing that a lot quicker, but because for continuity, it had to be done that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crikey, it sounds like it would have been quicker to actually just grow a moustache.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, much easier. So between the film, which is obviously a little bit more, it's obviously realistic makeup apart from wounds and things like that. Which do you prefer? Do you prefer doing the more theatrical, colourful kind of side, or do you prefer doing the more realistic?
I feel like because I feel like my skills lie in the sort of creative side, I feel like I have sort of preferred doing that. But obviously I want to progress and develop my skills in the other side of things. So yeah, I feel like definitely when I've had a bit more time in the industry, like I've only just sort of finished my course, then hopefully I can like develop more like special effects skills.
Nice. Speaking of special effects, we've got a question up here. We want to know, what's the most complicated special effects makeup you've done so far, and how long did it take?
Ooh. Trying to think. I suppose like the laying on hair was quite complicated, and it took quite a long time to complete. The sort of competition stuff I've done where I have done special effects, you do get 4 hours to complete the makeup, so you are competing for 4 hours, which is obviously a long time to do a makeup. But it's a lot of prep involved as well, so
Yeah.
it's not just sort of jumping straight into it and going for it.
Crikey. With the competitions that you've done as well, because you were lucky enough to head on over to Japan, weren't you?
Yeah.
Tell us about that. How did you end up over there?
So through my competitions, we got recognised by somebody who organises student exchange programmes, and they had to pick one person from the UK and one person from Spain, and I got chosen from the UK to represent the UK in like a international competition, just because my work at World Skills got recognised. so yeah, I got chosen to go to Japan and compete at Tokyo Disney.
Wow.
Also go to like the classes there, and that was quite an experience because I've never been abroad before. So yeah, that was the first time I actually ever went abroad, and only time I went abroad. And I had a Russian model, and yeah, it was great to like. Yeah, obviously my model was from Russia, and obviously the people were from Japan.
Nice.
Like a lot of great experience.
Did you find there was any difference in sort of techniques and things like that between different countries and how some people might do it if they were from Spain, etc., comparison to how sort of you do it?
Yeah, the techniques are completely sort of different. I'd say that it's a lot more. Because I went to like the classes there as well, and I learned so much more because their techniques are completely different. And the hairstyling in Japan is just insane. It's definitely at another level. It's amazing.
We've got a message from Yvette who said, who would be your ideal vision or theme for body art? What would be, your ideal vision or theme for body art? And who would you really love to paint and have a go at? Have a go at? I think that's the technical
I'd love to
term.
body paint Yvette. I've told her that before.
I think that's what she's probably aiming for here. Yeah. So, well, maybe we should do that. We'll arrange that. We'll, do a full body paint of Yvette live.
I've always wanted to have a go at. I mean, I love doing like anything that's a bit like wacky and taking like inspiration from like all sorts, any sort of like current events that's like in the media or a theme, any theme. I like to base looks around. So I like to do things that are a bit different.
Because usually your big sort of ones that you do of the full makeup for you normally like rope your dad in, don't you? So
yeah, I think he enjoys modelling.
Yeah, I think he does as well.
He's good at it. I've seen pictures. You had him as who was it out the Fantastic Four, the Brick Man?
Yeah,
Brick guy.
Yeah, the thing. Yeah, I enjoy doing that.
No, it was good. It was good. So which is your favourite look to date that you've ever done? Whether it's body art or face, which is your favourite?
I think my favourite is when I won World Skills the first time. I went back to as like a skills ambassador, and I did another look and competed because I couldn't win again because I'd already won. You're not allowed to compete twice in the final, so I just went to like showcase my skills and compete for like better points. And I did a look based on like the 5th of November bonfire night, and I think that's my favourite because I did a full like backdrop for that and like big props and things like that.
Nice.
I think that's definitely my favourite. Yeah.
I've got a picture I'm going to drop up here, which is one that you did, which is the VE Day celebration, 75 years celebration. I'm going to drop that onto your screen now. Look at the side. There we go. Oh, there it is. Lovely.
Yeah, I enjoyed painting that.
So let's talk things like brands and brushes and things like that. How important is it to use like the right brushes and things? Now, going back to myself, I just use my fingers sometimes. I'm just like, I haven't got a brush. I'll just use my finger for my eyeshadow.
Yeah,
things like that.
I do, to be fair. I like to have a few sort of expensive ones that are for sort of eyeshadow, things like that. But for body painting, I quite like just normal brush and eyeliner, just brushes from the range, just paintbrushes.
Oh, from the ranges in the shopping place, the actual shop.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
cool. Oh, I think we might have lost you a bit.
And things like that. So my favourite like paintbrush is this one from the range, and it's just like £2 or something.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
So what are your must-haves in your kit? So for anyone out there that might be starting out or looking to go into, sort of the industry, or even just sort of taking a course, what are the must-haves that you have in your kit?
I'd say a white face paint from Diamond Effects. It's the best white you can buy.
Mm-hmm.
£13, but it is the best white. And also P. Louise base for eyeshadows. They make them just sort of pop. And also peaches and cream glitters. They're my like top 3.
Nice.
Yeah, we like some glitters. I've got a picture there of your dad as the thing as well.
Is that what it's called? The Thing?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
not Brick Guy. That's not right.
Not Brick Guy.
Not Brick Guy.
Brick Guy.
But it's like bricks, doesn't it? The guy.
Yeah.
Oh no, I was thinking of a different picture. I've seen a different one. I'm sure I have.
Brick Guy.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
he is called the Thing, but he does look like bricks.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
It's like he's in the room with you where it's been placed on the screen. It's very bizarre. So how are we doing with the face? Give us an update. So we've done eyes, we've got base on, and we're just doing details now, is it?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just doing detailed and eyeliner. So I've also used a split cake, which has got like, I'm not sure what you can see and what you can't see, but it's got like
Several
5
colours, yeah,
isn't it?
across.
I don't know if you need me to move my screen down a bit so you can see.
Oh, it's all right. We can zoom in it towards the end. We can get up close and personal. Oh, okay. So it's like it's a cake with different kind of stripes almost, and then you use it as like a one stroke.
Yeah, they're called one stroke.
Nice. We've had James Harrison pop into the comments. Hi, James. We're in the middle of
James.
doing some live makeup, and we're interrogating Emily as she goes, just to try and put her off a little bit. But James wants to know how do you deal with annoying patients? He's put annoying patients that can't keep their eyes open.
I've got a picture
when
of James
instructed.
actually, just popping up now. Here we go. Here's James, and
Everybody's
Holly.
annoying.
There you go. There's James. Oh no, that's Stacey. Oh yeah, no, hold on. There's James and Holly in that one. I'll have one of James. Very short. I'm just stalking your Facebook pictures while we chat, so I can pull some up for you.
Great stuff.
Wonderful. So, Emily, what sort of advice have you got for anyone that wants to start out in the makeup industry?
I'd say to say yes to everything that comes up.
Mm-hmm.
That's just kind of how I start. Like, I feel like especially if you go down like a sort of education route, I just feel like get out what you put in, and there are like opportunities out there. You just kind of have to sort of agree to do them. And the more you get out, the more people that you know, the more work you get, the more experience you get. So yeah, just say yes to every opportunity that you can.
Good advice. And are there any particular courses in particular you would recommend to people?
I think anything sort of through like a college establishment is always good. Just because I feel like it's where you'd sort of learn a lot of theory that you kind of do need to know. It's like a lot of health and safety things that you probably won't get from just doing like a masterclass sort of thing. Anything sort of college based, I sort of believe that is one of the best routes to go through.
Nice. Which course did you do?
So I've done a level 2 and 3 in media makeup. I then did a HNC and HND in specialist makeup, and then I've done a BA honours top-up degree in specialist makeup. So I've done 5 years of training. Yeah.
Great, that's brilliant. And then, of course, you're looking to go into doing the teaching side of it as well. And
Yeah.
I suppose with makeup and the industry, it's kind of the same as any kind of performing art aspect, really, isn't it? Sort of one job leads on to the next job, onto the next, doesn't it? And
Yeah.
wonderful. We've got some other little pictures just popping up next to you, just to show some more of your
Yeah, a
looks.
few little bits. And of course, we've got you on Facebook. If anybody wants to look you up, you can find Emily Rose, professional makeup artist, on there, and also your website as well. So we'll drop some links in the in the chat very shortly indeed.
Great. Okay, I want to know your have you got any secret tips? So what are your go-to things that you can do to sort of get things done quicker, or maybe just to get a look done just a little bit differently maybe? Have you got any personal tips and techniques?
I like to sort of throw all the colour on and hope for the best, and then come to it after, rather than getting everything perfect first time.
Sure.
Although, you know, I'm a bit of a perfectionist, I still think just going for it and not sort of, yeah. I think especially if you're the person that's doing like 10 people within like a space of 2 hours or something, you just kind of have to go with it rather than worrying about it. And that, yeah, that's pretty much what I do. It all comes together at the end. It looks a bit mismatched at the beginning.
Just keep persevering, just go for it.
Yeah, just go for it.
So what's your dream job? So we already took Miss Cara-Mel Latte we had on before. We took her 5 years into the future and put her under the spotlight to find out where she would like to go. If we were to do the same thing to you, so if we was to move you 5 years on, where would you like to be? What would you like to have achieved, or which job you would like to be doing?
I'd like to be sort of maybe done a lot more in the industry, sort of film, TV based, a lot more like theatrical sort of stuff. And also, I want to be able to make like fiberglass casts and masks and things like that. And also teach. So anything along those lines is what I'd be aiming for, I think.
Nice. So the fiberglass masks, was that?
So yeah, like the casts, which when you're like creating a prosthetic or a mask, it's just like the process it goes through first.
Oh, nice.
Like the silicone part of making it. Yeah, I'd like to dip my toe in that a bit more, because that's something that I didn't learn on my course, because it was mostly just makeup based and not prosthetic based. So.
Oh, nice. So where would you go to get that sort of training?
So I'm currently on the Stan Winston School, which has got a lot of like helpful videos on. Yeah. So it's just a case of the products to make it are quite expensive, and obviously with that you need a proper like workshop to work in, because you need PPE on. So yeah, it's just a process I'd like to look into and sort of.
It's certainly exciting, though.
Pardon?
I said it's certainly exciting. It's
yeah.
I've got. I'm gonna flash up a couple of pictures now of ones that you've done. So some of the Day of the Dead stuff. Obviously, we're gonna show you doing the Sugar Skull one, but here's one that you did, which was for our knife thrower, which was a kind of half skull effect.
Oh yeah.
One that freaked a lot of people out, of course, was the clown, who also had a clown puppet. And I'm going to pull him up now. Here he is. This is James, who was wonderful.
Oh, yeah.
He scared a lot of people, which was good. And we're going to pull a couple more up. You've got around about 5 minutes, Emily. Don't want to put you under pressure.
I'm just adding the finishing touches.
No, that's all good. I'm gonna pull up some more little pictures while we're. Oh, there we go. There's a good one of. I'm gonna pull up James with the clown, actually himself. I think this one freaked out more people because we got you to recreate a puppet onto James so that he could go with the puppet. There he is. That was some freaky stuff.
Amazing. So, Emily, do you do any online tutorials, anything like that, where you show makeup looks?
At the minute, I've done a few like live streams online, and I've tried doing like some videos of like my Instagram stuff, but at the minute my like tutorials are through teaching. So teaching my classes. Got a lot of sort of tutorial things for that. Yeah. On Google Classroom, the joys of Google Classroom.
Google Classroom.
Now,
Yeah.
I think this one was the when we first employed you. This picture we're going to put up now is the first thing you ever did for us, which was the caterpillar. And it was at this point when he walked out, I was like, "Yeah, we got the right person."
What a great day.
Yeah, he was absolutely stunning. Of course, Aaron, Nathan Masterson, who joined us there as the caterpillar, who we had on the show a few nights ago. He was there, but that was a cracking one. I just let you get on with it, and then walked in and went, "Yeah, brilliant, amazing."
Yeah, that is one of my favourites to create. So I love face paint and making things up, basically.
Yeah.
Just making designs up.
Yeah, well, he loved that, and he had such a great time. But at the detail on that face was just absolutely amazing, and they loved it. Loved it. There we go. So we're almost there at the end of the Sugar Skull, created live during an interview, which is very impressive. If you do want to find Emily, you can find her on Facebook. Look for Emily Rose, makeup artist. She'll be there. And we'll pop the links in the chat as well. And of course, the website as well. We'll pop that in there as well. So you can find her and have a look at some of the work that she's done. And of course, if you want to hire her, then you've got to fight past me. But yes, of course, she's available for all events. Creating some beautiful looks. That's we're almost there, Emily. Almost there.
I'm just putting some lashes on if we've got.
Yes.
If they decide to stick quickly.
Loving the network as well. Just that blend of colour.
Yeah, I thought I'd put some blue and pink on. I'm not sure what you can see. I've got the ring light on, but it's quite dark in here.
Yeah, no, we can see, and we'll be able to zoom in a little bit. Let's get a bit closer now for this last little bit. Modern technology, pulling in the zoom. Here we go. We're going in for the last little bit. Not that.
Oh, it's exciting. I can't wait to see this finished product. So, Emily, any last words of advice out there for anybody that that wants to get into it? I know you've said sort of take any opportunity that sort of comes along.
Yeah.
So, for a complete basic beginner, what would be your tips? Your words of advice for anyone that has literally got no idea, but they might have an inkling that they might say, you know, I've kind of fancied doing that, but I'm not sure where I want to go. What would you say? Would you say just give it a try, just jump on in and do it, or what would you say? What's the best bit of advice that you've had?
I think just go through sort of an educational system so you are fully qualified before you start, working on people. Get your insurance and then just go for it and create looks sort of on as many sort of skin tones, face shapes, as many like different people as you can, and not just working on sort of one model, or don't just work on yourself, because working on yourself is completely different to working on somebody else. A lot more sort of involved. I'm not very good at doing my own makeup. I can't see with no glasses on, so yeah, it's very different working on somebody else than it is just on yourself. Yeah.
Nice.
We're on to the final bit now, the last bit of makeup.
Super exciting. So, Emily, whereabouts did you do your courses? It's around where you, it's up north, isn't it? I think you went.
Yeah, so all mine have been done through Rotherham College and Rotherham University Centre. And they do offer, I'd say it is one of the best sort of colleges to complete a makeup course.
And they're very supportive with you up there as well, because obviously, you know, when you were still going through your training, and we were throwing all these jobs at you and all these other bits that you've done, they were very supportive, weren't they? So it's good to have that little support network around. And I already mentioned your dad as well, that he lets you just paint him all the time, doesn't he?
Yeah, everyone's very supportive. And also at Rotherham, which is different to like other sort of colleges and unis, they offer a lot of work experience. So working on theatre, working with simulation, a lot of work-based opportunities.
That's good. Yeah, I find that.
I feel that's how I got kick-started. If I didn't have them sort of work experience things or the competitions, I don't think I'd be sort of.
Yeah. And that's really important, like particularly like starting out, you know, at your age, you're getting to work in the industry. We find that a lot, sort of like in different aspects of the arts, stage schools and things like that. They don't necessarily like the students to go off and sort of start working professionally, as they're not what they would consider to be a finished product. That creates quite a little bit of controversy, you know, sort of amongst people, because it's one of those things. You're training to go into that that art, you know, you're training to go into that industry. So, you know, grabbing every opportunity is surely a good thing. But I know there's a lot of colleges and, you know, stage schools and things out there that they're not really about that. They're sort of, I know you stay with us and you don't do your work, you know, you sort of, until you're the finished product and we can let you go. Now, my own personal opinion, it doesn't count for much, but my own personal opinion is I think if you're obviously good enough to get work in the industry that you're ultimately going to work in, why not? It makes perfect sense, because you're gaining knowledge and contacts and you're getting to work live. You know, I think it's some of the best, the work experience that you can get out there, some of the best experiences. So I'm all for that. So I think that's brilliant that you've, you know, that college in particular does let you go out and take these opportunities, because it's, like I say, it's the best way of learning on the job.
Yeah, definitely. And if you didn't like go out and get that experience, that's necessarily going to make it harder to get work, really, because sometimes you need the experience in the portfolio to get work. You haven't got a portfolio with looks that you've done.
Definitely. Well, that's the thing. Like I say, you're still at that young age. You're coming out of, you're doing your course now and going into teaching, but you've got so much under your belt already. You've travelled the world representing the UK and things like that. And you know, if colleges and things hold people back, oh my goodness, imagine you wouldn't have that experience. You'd be sort of starting from scratch when you come out, and that blows my mind to think that, you know, you could be held back. But it's great that you've, you know, they've got that support behind you to be able to, you know, get you to where you want to go. That's great.
Yeah. I'm pretty much done with that.
Yes, I think we're there now. Let's get you to move a little bit closer forward, so we can have a look at your finished product
and talk us through it as well. So talk us through, you know, what you did.
Move forward a bit now. There we go.
Scooch. There you go.
There we go. Perfect.
Wonderful. Talk us through it then. So what have we got here? So we started off on the eyes, didn't you, with the colour?
So I need the light on a bit more.
You can bring a bit in if you've got it. There you go.
Over here a bit.
Well, what we'll get you to do is we'll get you to, because Zoom's great for this sort of thing, but if you send us a picture through, we'll drop this in the comments afterwards, and then they can see it in its full glory. So do us a photo afterwards, and they can see it in all its glory.
Yeah, we'll do that. I've basically put the base on first. I feel like I'm telling a ghost story with the light behind me. I've put the base on first, and I've not used face paint for that. I've just used a white foundation, and then I've put the just eyeshadows on, and then added the paint and used the one stroke colours to create like the gradient in colour for the like flowers, and then I've sponged some paint on the neck, blended it a bit, and then added loads of glitter.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I'm not sure it picks up on Zoom.
No, but as I say, send us a photo through afterwards. We'll put it in the comments because I know exactly what it's going to look like with that full colour pop. So it's amazing. It's been a pleasure. Thank you very much for joining us this evening.
For having me.
Yes, it's been wonderful. Thank you, Ruthie, as well, for your questions this evening.
Nice
Wonderful.
to talk to you both.
Yes, you too. Thank you very much. Send us a picture. We'll drop it in the comments, and we'll see that very shortly indeed. But in the meantime, Emily Rose, thank you very much. Good night.
Thank you. Bye.
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 There we go. Emily Rose there, joining us live on StageTheStream.tv.
Super talented.
Yes, incredibly so. Yeah, I love that. And I guarantee when you see that in all its full colour, that is going to be incredible. So, so look out for that. We'll drop it in the comments very shortly indeed. We'll get Emily to send it over and we'll pop it in the comments. That's wonderful. Yeah, very good indeed. Well, it's almost time to go, Ruthie.
Almost, but not quite yet.
Is it not?
No, I've sent you over a picture that has been sent to me on Messenger. It involves you.
Where did you send it, first of all?
I've sent it to your Messenger.
Right.
It's come
on
through.
Facebook.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is Gary. Is it Gary Starr or is it Fanny Starr? I don't know.
Hold on. Let me find out. I've got to do this. while
Hold
we're
on to your hats, everybody.
Get ready.
Here we go.
No, that's not Fanny Starr.
No?
That's Ugly Sister. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's very, very small. But I'll bring
Drag
it.
it on. Show the world.
I'll bring it into. That's not Fanny Starr. It's tiny.
Is it
tiny?
Is it tiny?
It's a tiny picture. I mean, I can try. No. Well, let's have a look.
Don't worry. I'll tell you what I'll do. Over this weekend, I'm going to dig out all the pictures of Gary, either as Fanny Starr or as
It's a thumbnail, is
Ugly
that?
Sister.
It is literally a thumbnail, as in literally that size.
Wonderful.
Yeah. So, but yeah, well, we'll find a picture of me.
I think the
drag.
world needs to see.
It does need to be seen. Oh, I know. Sorry, Heather, but
Never mind.
yeah.
Well, what a night we've had today.
What a night we've had
Yeah.
tonight.
We're talking drag queens and we're talking professional makeup artists.
Yeah, it's amazing. I'm looking forward to seeing that in its full glory.
Bit of a different night tonight. I've enjoyed it. It's been good.
It's nice, and well done for your interviewing skills.
Thanks.
I know I was too busy doing photos.
Doing
and,
pictures.
Yeah, my desktop is now full of things I need to delete. So have you got a thought for the evening before you go?
I have, but also because I built up the suspense at the beginning.
Yes. Yeah. Now this is very exciting because all the things that are going on next week indeed tell us.
Okay, so we have got lots and lots of guests coming on next week. We've still got a few slots available. So if anyone out there does want to come on and have a little chat with us, if you've got any shows to promote, anything like that, you want to come on and have a chat, let us know. That'd be fabulous. You can drop me an email. If you head on to StageTheStream.tv on Facebook, you can inbox me there as well. Or you can use the number and you can just simply send me your email address and I can send you some more information. It's very easy to get in touch, so definitely do that. But next week, we have got a whole host of guests. We're starting off the week on Monday, obviously, with singing sensation Rhiannon Porter. She's going to be here talking all things singing, Eurovision, Les Mis tours, all kinds of different stuff. Very exciting. We've got the one and only Mr. Ross Gunning. He's going to be here with us. He's involved with Glasgow Philharmonic, amongst lots of other projects as well. So that's going to be very exciting. We've got Mr. Showbiz, Steve Barclay. He's going to be live next week.
I'm excited.
We've got comedy impressionist, the man they call G. So something a little bit different there. And of course, we've got Bippo coming on as well. He's going to be talking all things circus, clowning and stage. So we've got a right mixed bag next week. So definitely tune in.
I'm excited. Yeah. And of course, if you do want to take part in the show, then all you've got to do is drop Ruth a message. As you did say, we are looking for more guests wherever you are, whatever you're doing. If you want to advertise something, tell us about your show, get involved. Talk to Ruthie. Ruth, have you got because we've got to go soon because Mischief Theatre's on. But have you got a thought for the evening?
Yes.
Go on. Hit me with it.
What colour are mirrors?
Silver.
Well, no.
Well, they are. They're silver. Say goodnight, Ruthie.
Good night, Ruthie.
There's more of that great banter next week. We're back on Monday. It's time for us to go. Have a great weekend. We're doing things over the weekend at theatre, which is very exciting. We're going to be doing some filming legally, of course, under strict quarantine rules. We're going to be doing some other things too, which you'll find out about. New follower, Kelly Fisher. Don't forget as well, if you are a follower, make sure you like the page as well, and make sure you share it with any of your showbiz friends or anybody indeed who would benefit from listening to some chat like this in the biz. Have a great evening wherever you are, whatever you're doing. From all of us here at StageToStream.tv. Have you got the picture, Ruth?
I've got the picture.
Oh, okay. Well, send it across and I'll put it on now. We'll do it. She's sending it across. Before we're going to go, we're going to do this now. We're going to put it in the chat as well, but we're going to send it across to me right now. Do it on Facebook Messenger, and I shall pop it on because I think it'll be a good thing to see for everybody, seeing as it ends the show nicely. So as I was saying, if you have followed us, make sure you like the page. Very important indeed. Right, I need to get this off here. I'll just do that. That's a lot easier. I'm going to drag this over here, and I am going to go to this. There we go. Amazing. So much better in big colour. There we go. Let's crank that up a bit. There you go. That's the finished product this evening from Emily Rose, our makeup artist this evening. I'm going to zoom in a little bit more on that. It's incredible. Great work, Emily. Wonderful. There you go. Thank you very much to Emily this evening, who joined us and did that wonderful makeup artistry, and of course to Cara-Mel Latte, who joined us earlier this evening. Hope you've enjoyed yourself this evening. Have a great weekend, and don't forget to join us at 6 o'clock on Monday when we're back with Bippo and more wonderful guests, including Rhiannon Porter. Very exciting indeed. But from all of us, for now, stay safe, and we'll see you soon. Good night.